Hey guys, DISCOMFORT here, and I want to talk about getting uncomfortable and how that's going to help you grow. If you can hear the aircon in the background, I'm very sorry. It's just really hot and I'm sweating. But let's talk about discomfort, because I can tell you right now that if you're someone that's really unhappy with your position in life, then you're stuck in your comfort zone. And most of us prefer to be in our comfort zone because it's safe, right? We can predict it. But I can guarantee you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to experience new things. And the version of you that you would love to be, or that life, that beautiful life that you dream about, that you would love to experience, is on the other side of discomfort. So we dream about it all day long, how good life would be if we had all this money, we had this blossoming relationship or family or house or career, but we don't want to get out of our comfort zone. So ask yourself, I want you to be very honest with yourself, how often are you sitting in your comfort zone, meaning you're doing the same things every single day? Most people will probably be raising their hands or going, oh yeah, shit, that is me. And that was me too. It got to a point where I was so sick of my life. I was so sick of doing the same thing every day, going to a job that I hated. My boss didn't care about me. He made that clear. He actually told me he didn't give a crap. He said that you are replaceable. Made me feel like I was worth nothing. Like all my time and energy and effort that I put into his company. And I was such a hard worker. I defined my worth, my value by how hard I worked. So I damn well worked very freaking hard. And he didn't care. He said, you're easily replaceable. You're just a number. That's exactly what he said, his own words. So that made me realize that no matter where I go, it's going to be the same experience. And I knew I wanted more for myself. I wanted my own business. I had no idea what to do, how to do it. I just knew that I wanted freedom. I wanted to work my own hours. I wanted to feel fulfilled. And I didn't want to be capped by money. Because I was earning very little money at that time. It was the bare minimum for real estate at that time. And he knew that he was underpaying his staff. He knew it. And I was like, I'm so sick of this. I'm not putting up with this anymore. So when COVID happened, I quit my job. I quit that job very abruptly because I just didn't want to put up with that anymore, which I'm not saying for you to do, but I made a choice that I wanted to change. I wanted things to change in my life. So after I'd done that, I obviously I was still in real estate, but working casual, and I was working on my mindset. As I was working on my mindset, I realized that the mindset stuff is half the work. Now, doing the mindset work is absolutely imperative. You must do the work because you think 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Can you imagine the thoughts and the beliefs that are being processed and, going around and around in circles all day, every day? It's the same type of thoughts. It's the same negative belief systems, the stories that are keeping you where you are. Now, I didn't realize that, but when I became aware of my thoughts, I could not believe the negative patterns, the voice in my head that was putting me down every single moment of every single day. Like every moment there was a chance for me to get to put myself down, I did it. I remember I couldn't even look in the mirror. I couldn't even look in the mirror. I was too ashamed. I just thought I was so ugly. And this is the thing. It is all just your belief systems. I had people telling me that I was really pretty and I just couldn't believe it. So it doesn't matter what other people think of you. It's what you think of you at the end of the day. So becoming aware of your beliefs is so imperative, but it's also your emotions play a huge part, if not even bigger than your mind, because your emotions are creating the story, right? So your nervous system which is the emotions, is controlling the body, right? Your body is feeling anxious or upset or angry, whatever it is that the thought is in your mind, it is backed up with an emotion. And this is where it gets stored in the body. It disrupts your nervous system. You're in fight or flight mode, which means that you are reacting to every single situation in your life according to the way your body and your mind has been trained all of your years. So for someone in particular that suffers from anxiety or depression, is highly stressed, is in a very stressed, they feel like they're in a very stressed environment 24/7, but it could be as simple as just being in a room full of people. I don't know. But your body has been trained like a dog. So becoming aware of your stories and the beliefs that you're telling yourself, because that's what's stopping you from creating the change. So going back to my story and how I remember thinking that I was so ugly, that I was so unworthy, that no one likes me, I'm never going to find a boyfriend, all of those stories. And that was keeping me stuck. So I had to do the work. I had to realize that these stories and these beliefs were no longer serving me. No longer serving me. It was incredibly uncomfortable to think of the thoughts and the beliefs that I had been entertaining all of these years. But I knew that the more that the longer that I had identified as this version of myself, the longer it was going to keep me stuck. It was keeping me where I no longer wanted to be. It was holding me back. So discomfort is getting beyond what your mind and your body has been programmed. You are so much better and more powerful than you give yourself credit for. I don't think you understand. I really don't think you understand just how powerful you are. And I get it. We have been programmed, brainwashed into thinking that we should be doing what other people are doing and blah, blah, blah. But that's bullshit. You have to realize that that is just to keep you feeling small. That's to keep you feeling safe. It's not going to get you anywhere. You must experience discomfort. Get beyond what you've known your whole life. If you want something, go after it. By going after it is by experiencing discomfort and facing the fear. Fear is just this, our ego just scared because it's not familiar to us. So when I wanted to start my business, I had to overcome my fear of public speaking, or public speaking, I mean showing up online and showing my face. It was the thing that scared me the most. Now I can do it, and I can do it confidently. I have no fear over it. I suffered very, very, very severe anxiety. I'm not even kidding you. So if I had an event, or if I was going to a friend's house or whatever, I remember getting so anxious days leading up to it just because I was so scared of what people were going to think of me. I was so scared. My body would shake. My mind would run wild. And that was because my body and my mind had been trained to think like that, because I was stepping into something that was unfamiliar, especially like going to the doctors or making a call or something, doing something for the first time really scared me, really scared me. So what I had to do was I had to get beyond that fear and train myself to realize like there is absolutely nothing bad is going to happen. But I had to get beyond my body, my mind, get beyond myself in those moments and realize that, hey, this is fine. So showing up online scared the shit out of me. The absolute shitter right? I used to almost poop my pants. I'm not even kidding. I would shake really uncontrollably before a live. I was so nervous. And that was because my body just knew. I just knew to get nervous. I used to be a professional singer. Getting up on stage used to scare the crap out of me. And so it was the same kind of feeling. Because showing up online is scaring the shit out of me, because that gives the opportunity for people to judge me. But I was like, if I'm going to do this, have this successful business, run this successful business, be a CEO, a boss biatch, then I have to get beyond that. I have to get beyond that fear. And so I started to embrace the discomfort by doing it anyway. And we must do it anyway. The more we do it, the easier it becomes. So I guarantee you that very thing that you want to be doing is on the other side of fear. Just do it anyway. You have to, there is no other way to really face it except to face it head on. The fear is just to keep you feeling safe and protected, because that is the ego's job. There is absolutely nothing that could happen to you. There's nothing bad that can ever happen to you. So once you embrace the fear and you do it anyway, you will come out of it feeling so confident, like that wasn't actually that bad. Regardless if you made a mistake or if you felt like it didn't go the way you wanted to or whatever, there is still that feeling of gratification. And what also comes with that is trust in yourself, because you committed to doing something that scared the absolute shit out of you. So another thing that I practice every single day is committing to myself. If I'm going to do something, I do it. And this is building the trust within myself to know that if I want to do something, that I'm going to do it. Most of us will go out there and say we will do something and we don't do it. We already know. So facing that fear of discomfort will become a lot easier, but we must get uncomfortable if we want to experience change. You cannot be the same person that you are right now and want to be this lavish biatch or the CEO. Whatever you want is on the other side of discomfort. And know that it is absolutely 1000% possible, and that you think of all these things and you have all these beliefs about yourself that aren't true. And you must give yourself more credit, because you are so powerful and you are so capable. And the more you trust and lean into that, the universe has your back. I guarantee you, you will build that trust with yourself. You will build the faith and knowing that you are bloody worthy and you are so destined for your amazing grand life that you want. But it's just facing the fear and overcoming those hurdles every single day. It doesn't have to be this huge grand thing. It can be little steps every single day. So I had dedicated that I was going to go live every single day. Even before going live, I was too scared to do a story on Instagram, an Instagram story. I was way too scared, way too scared. I was too scared to post. That's how petrified I was. And now I can come here on a podcast and on YouTube and do all of these lives in my Facebook group and whatnot and be so confident. I tell you right now, I could never speak like this before. But it's because I just faced that fear every single day. Overcame myself. Even when I came off the lives, I was like, I could have done better. But you know what? I did it. And I celebrated every single time that I went and that I came off that live, even though I was shit scared. I was so nervous. I was shaking. I had all my notes and I was like petrified that I was going to forget everything that I said. And I did it anyway. And that is how you overcome discomfort. And that is how you will grow as a person. And that is how you can become really successful. It is the one thing that is going to help you become very successful. Do it anyway. I remember that I failed, right? Failure is a whole nother subject. But I will tell you this right now before I go. I have experienced so many setbacks in my business, so many setbacks. And the one thing that a lot of us are too scared to even start is that we're scared of failing. But you're scared of failing of something that you haven't even started. And the more that you experience failure, which is not even a word that I like to use, because to me, I don't believe in failure. The more that I experienced failure, it was just room for me to learn or do something different. So rather than taking that as a negative, I took it as a positive. How is the universe showing me to do something a different way? It taught me so much when I hired these thousands and thousands of dollars worth of business coaches that didn't resonate with me at all. I did not like how they taught, but it taught me so much. It taught me the fact that I didn't like what they were teaching. And that to me is a win in itself. So there are so many things that I've learned from that experience. It's how you take it. If you experience a setback, how are you going to take that? What are you going to learn from those experiences? Because that is also how you grow. Rather than taking that as a failure and looking at it as a negative and giving up before even trying, it's about changing your perception. And this, my friends, is how we can be so bloody fucking successful and grow and evolve as humans, and it's what we came here to do. So trust your intuitions, trust that you're worthy and that you've got everything inside of you already. You are the creator of your life, and don't doubt that for 1 second.